Hey guys, welcome to Untitled TV with the unboxing of the Toshiba Z30 Ultrabook, which is one of the nicest business ultrabooks that's out there, but it's also perfect for private users since we have all kinds of ports. It's a small, lightweight, compact device with not only Windows 8 installed, but also Windows 7 actually pre-installed. So if you are not a fan of the live tiles, for example, you just have the DVD for Windows 8 inside and you don't have to install it, but it's upgrade proof. So we have of course the latest Intel processor inside the i5 4200U in this one, 256 gigs of memory and also 8 gig of RAM. Of course you can choose for yourself, I guess, the specs, but we have here I think a full HD screen, I'm not sure, let me check. HD 13.3 inch wireless, not only ABGN but also AC, so the latest and fastest Wi-Fi is also built in. Full HD webcam, which we'll all try out, or maybe you have already seen it in our hands-on video when the device was on, but let's just see now what's inside the box and what you will get for about $1,000 of worth. So you can see nothing special here. I just read the technical details on this side, but there is otherwise just a regular Toshiba box. We have also actually the Fujitsu U904 here, which is also business ultrabook and I think the direct competitor to this one. So we have one power plug here and also the power PSU. So this is a nice and little small piece, but what I don't like about that is that we have this big bulky cable with it here on the other side, which is quite heavy, and we have a triple pole adapter here for this 19 volt 3.4 amp, I think 2.37 amp output PSU. Nice and robust, and here actually at this end I like that, so it won't break. Let me lift this up and let's see what else we have inside the box. We have of course the Ultrabook itself, which I will just put to the side for now, because there's of course more inside. This is it, so there's no case or cover or anything like that inside. So we have here, as you can see, a nice little manual. This is of course in German, so this is a short manual for the Z30 or Z30T. So there is just a little bit of description there. There is the NFC. Ooh, there's even NFC. Well, it depends if there's NFC. There's not always NFC, but if it would be right under the palm. I don't think that mine has it. Otherwise, as I said, Wi-Fi, USB 3, and so on and so on. It's just a really short manual here in German, not that thrilling. Then we have, as I said, the Windows 8 DVD for installing Windows 8.1 Pro. And there's right now Windows 7 Pro installed. I'm not sure if there's a Windows 7 DVD inside here, but I don't think so since it says disc 1 of 2. Then we have here in a little foil, a little blue nipple. You will see later why. This is just a replacement part if your old one would wear off. And then we have a little manual for easy and secure working and comfortable working with your notebook, where you shouldn't use it, for example in the car, where you should use it, you shouldn't, how you should sit at the computer, and so on and so on. So Toshiba is looking out for your health. So otherwise then there is here the Ultrabook, as you can see, in nice little foil. First of all, there is a microfiber little thingy here also, so you can clean up the screen and put it here right between the keyboard and matte screen. So on the outside you can see here we have a protection foil. Right now you can take that off, you don't have to, but this way of course the fingerprints and scratches, fingerprints are more visible, scratches will be easier on here, but below there's of course a nice little I think metal cover, since it's quite cold actually, even though it was inside. Then we have here on the bottom the connector for the dock, if you would want to use it with a dock. And then we have of course a few ports, like for example Kensington network, USB 3.0 twice, and SD card reader. On the other side we have here the power plug, VGA. This is one of the only ultrabooks with VGA still, HDMI, another USB 3.0 3.5mm headphone jack, or headset jack actually, since there's no separate plug for the microphone, and then also smart card reader. So this is actually one of the ideal notebooks or ultrabooks for your business division. Then we have here on the bottom also speakers. On the back there is nothing except for the hinge and a little bit of fan vents. Yeah, I've already seen the bottom where we can take off the back cover, not that easily, but you can actually just unscrew it if you would want to. If you open it up, you can see the nice matte screen, a camera, 2 microphones and matte screen. This is non-touch. And here on the bottom, of course, the beautiful keyboard. Chiclet keyboard. There is the nipple for the little mouse with the separate mouse buttons here on the bottom. Also trackpad with, again, buttons here in the bottom corners. These are not buttons, but we have here, for example, a fingerprint reader, and the NFC area would be right here if there is NFC inside, but I don't think so since I don't see an icon. It says again Portege for the Z30, and this is of course a quite nice little notebook. You can hold it like this, it won't break, so it's really quite stable, even though the display is really slim, and it's also better for traveling since the display is not wobbling around anymore like with the Z930 actually it did before. So this is just a really short hands-on and unboxing, you could say, but we will also compare it, as I said here, for example, with the Fujitsu one, since that's also a nice little ideal 14-inch, not 13 actually, notebook, but in a small case. So you can see the differences. We don't have VGA, for example, but we have 3G inside, and even actually 4G. Price is about the same, battery life should be also about the same. I will test that out, but you can see here, this, because it's 14-inch, it's a little bit wider, has a touchscreen actually also, and I think even a higher resolution display. But what's actually more interesting is to just see, for example, compared to an old HP ProBook, this is 3 years old, how small 13-inch notebooks have gotten. So both 13 inches, you can see, have about the same power inside. Of course, the one below has a DVD drive, but otherwise, if you look at it from the top, because I think that's actually the more interesting part. I mean, the slim notebooks have been out there for a while now, but if you look at them from the front, the bezel on the Toshiba is really small. Let me put them actually right on top of each other like this. So you can see here there is a difference here in terms of width. It's almost 2 fingers, and in the back there's only a few millimeters here, but actually, yeah, that's what makes Ultrabooks quite awesome. They are really modern, slim, have a long battery life, and you can do anything with them what you want. So, thank you much for watching. This was the really slim and light Toshiba Portege Z30. Thank you much for tuning in. I hope Toshiba is working a little bit on the PSUs to make them even smaller, like Asus and Apple, for example, do, and Sony nowadays also. Till then, my name is Balazs. Thank you much for watching. This was the Z30 Portege. Thank you much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe.